Wealth does not begin in the bank. It begins in the spirit. It begins with one declaration, one bold, unwavering statement that shifts your inner world, and the outer must follow. I was not waiting for money. Money was waiting for me to realize who I truly was. In this message, you will walk through 10 spiritual steps, the very path that turned one declaration into unstoppable financial overflow. If you're ready to stop surviving and start commanding, keep listening. 1. The declaration. I am already wealthy. Let those words settle into your soul, not as a wish, not as a possibility, but as truth. Ladies and gentlemen, too many people are walking around today begging for crumbs when they were born to command kingdom. They sit waiting for wealth, hoping for a breakthrough, watching the clock, checking the balance, instead of becoming the very vibration that wealth responds to. Let me say this with every cell of my being. You are already wealthy, but you will never experience that wealth in the material world until you first declare it in the spiritual. The declaration is not simply a sentence, it is a spiritual signature. It is you standing boldly before the universe and signing your name next to abundance. It is you saying, I no longer accept the lie of lack. I no longer bow to fear. I no longer serve struggle. I serve truth. And the truth is, I am already rich beyond measure. You see, you do not become wealthy. You remember that you are. Wealth is not earned. It is claimed. Let's go deeper. The outer world reflects the inner world. The law is absolute. As within, so without. So when your soul declares, I am wealthy, the universe begins rearranging itself to match the vibration of your belief. But most people don't make declarations. They make desperate requests. They say, please let me have money. They say, maybe one day I'll be rich. They say, if only I had more. That is not the language of power. That is the language of lack. We are not here to beg. We are here to command. Imagine a king walking into his court and whispering, I hope they listen to me today. That's nonsense. A king speaks, and the world responds. You are that king. You are that queen. But only if you declare it. And the first, most powerful declaration is this. I am already wealthy. Say it now. Say it out loud. Not in fear, not in doubt, but in divine authority. Not because your wallet says so, not because your account says so, but because your spirit says so. Let me tell you a secret the rich already know. Money doesn't come to those who need it. It comes to those who are aligned with it. And alignment begins with declaration. Need repels, certainty attracts. You must speak as if it's already yours, because spiritually it is. The moment I realized this, my life changed. I went from hoping for a miracle to being the miracle. I stopped chasing money, and money began chasing me. Let's speak on why most people are afraid to declare. They say, isn't that lying to myself? No, it's telling a higher truth than your eyes can see. It's choosing the divine reality over the temporary illusion. It's understanding that spiritual law is stronger than physical fact. If your bank account is empty, that's a fact. But facts change. Truth does not. And the truth is, you are abundance in human form. The truth is, wealth is already part of your spiritual DNA. The truth is, you were never meant to scrape and struggle. You were born to shine and overflow. But the universe cannot pour into a closed vessel. You must open with your words. Declaration opens the door. When you say, I am already wealthy, something begins to shift. Your posture changes, your energy lifts, your faith ignites, and without even trying, you begin attracting the very things that match that frequency. Opportunities, ideas, favor, connections, income. People say, that person is lucky. No, that person declared, and life had no choice but to obey. Let me remind you, the power of life and death is in the tongue. Do not speak debt, speak destiny. Do not speak limits, speak legacy. You are not just saying words, you are writing your reality. Every time you say, I am wealthy, you are authoring a new chapter. You are breaking generational poverty. You are shattering mental chains. You are stepping into the divine timeline where your abundance is waiting for you to catch up. Now let's make this practical. Every morning speak your declaration. I am already wealthy. Say it before you look at your bank account. Say it before you open your bills. Say it even when your circumstances argue against it. Because you're not speaking to facts, you're speaking to faith. The spiritual world responds to faith, not facts. Declare it when you feel strong. Declare it when you feel weak. Declare it when you're surrounded by evidence of lack. And watch how that illusion begins to crumble. This isn't wishful thinking. This is spiritual law. When you declare it, and believe it, and act on it, you enter the flow where money, opportunities, and success become normal. Because wealth is not an accident, it is a byproduct of identity. Declare your identity, and the fruit will follow. Before we move to step 2, I want you to do something. Stand up, put your shoulders back, breathe deeply, close your eyes and say out loud, I am already wealthy. Money is drawn to me by divine law. I am a magnet for overflow, opportunities, and financial miracle. I declare my wealth, and it appears. Feel that? That is your power returning. Hold on to it, speak it daily, because step 1 is the most important step you will ever take, the declaration. Now let's move into the next realm, becoming the identity that wealth responds to. 2. The shift in consciousness. My friends, after the declaration comes the transformation. Step 2 is what I call the shift in consciousness. This is where your words begin to shape your world, not by force but by spiritual alignment. Once you declare, I am already wealthy, something stirs. A subtle but unstoppable shift begins. And this shift does not take place in your bank account first. It doesn't show up in the mailbox as a check, not yet. It begins in the mind, in the heart, in the consciousness. And here is the truth many miss. Money never appears before the mind makes room for it. You see, the mind is either a garden of wealth or a prison of limitation. If you declare your wealth with your mouth but still hold on to thoughts of lack, struggle, or doubt, your spiritual signal is scattered. The universe responds not only to what you say but to what you believe and feel. The shift is about bringing your inner world into harmony with your spoken declaration. It is about saying, I am already wealthy, and then living, thinking, walking, and acting like someone who is already wealthy. Not arrogantly, but confidently. Not pridefully, but peacefully. Because real wealth does not need to boast, it radiates. Let me paint you a picture. A poor man can walk into a palace and still feel like a beggar. A wealthy man can walk into a desert and carry the vibration of abundance. What's the difference? Consciousness. Abundance is not a location. It's not even money. Abundance is a state of being, and it begins with how you see yourself. So I ask you now, how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a child of the Most High, destined for overflow? Or do you still see yourself as someone just hoping to get by? Because the truth is, your wealth will never rise higher than your self-image. You must expand your inner container to hold more. You must become the type of person that wealth is attracted to. And what kind of person is that? Let me tell you. A person who honors their own value. A person who blesses the wealth of others without envy. A person who speaks well of money and sees it as divine circulation. A person who gives with joy and receives with ease. A person who feels no shame in prosperity because they know their wealth is a blessing to others. If you do not yet feel like this person, don't worry, that is what step 2 is for. This is the step where the mind is renewed, where the thoughts are refined, where the old stories are thrown out and a new vision is installed. Say this with me now. I release every thought of lack. I release every story of struggle. I now think, feel, and live in alignment with divine wealth. This is not just affirmation, it's reprogramming. Because the world taught you to struggle. Religion may have taught you poverty was holy. Your parents may have believed in hard labor and barely getting by. But now, you are the one who breaks the cycle. You are the one who shifts the family tree, and it all begins with consciousness. Let's get practical. Here's how to shift your wealth consciousness every single day. Guard your thoughts. When lack tries to enter your mind, stop it, replace it. Say, that's not my thought anymore. Bless money. Every time you pay a bill or spend $1, say thank you God that this money returns to me multiplied. Visualize daily. Close your eyes and see yourself as already abundant, walking in overflow, living in the home you desire, giving freely, receiving without guilt. Act the part. Begin to carry yourself like someone who knows their worth. Wealth is not about flashy clothes, it's about energetic dignity. Hold your head high, Speak only what you want to see. Stop saying, I'm broke. Stop saying, I can't afford. Stop saying, I'm trying. Replace it with money flows to me easily. I always have more than enough. The mind is a magnet, and once you shift your consciousness, you begin attracting everything that matches that new vibration. You don't chase money. It flows to you. You don't fear bills. You bless them. You don't look to people as your source. You look to the divine within, and from that inner connection, all things are added unto you. And let me say something very important. This shift does not happen overnight. You must be patient, gentle, persistent. There will be days where the old thoughts rise again. That's okay. Don't judge yourself. Just return to truth. Every time you return to truth, you build strength. Every time you correct a thought of lack, you build wealth. Every time you speak abundance, you carve a new groove into your subconscious, and soon it becomes automatic. Before long, you won't even try to think abundantly. You simply will. That's when the real magic begins. You'll walk into rooms and opportunities will find you. You'll think of something and it will arrive. Why? Because your consciousness shifted, and with it your entire world followed. So today, my beloved listeners, make this commitment. I will no longer accept the thoughts of lack I inherited. I choose a new thought, a new belief, a new identity. I am abundance, I am wealth, and I think accordingly. Let that be your mantra. This is the second step, and it is vital. Step 1 was declaration. Step 2 is transformation of consciousness. Once the mind believes, the world aligns. 3. Divine obedience. Act as if it's already done. Beloved souls, we have declared. We have shifted consciousness. Now we move into divine obedience. Step 3. Act as if it's already done. You see, declaration opens the gate. Belief rewires the soul. But action, faithful, fearless action, cements your claim in the spiritual realm and invites its manifestation into the physical. You must act as if it is already done. When a king issues a decree, he does not doubt, he does not worry, he does not whisper, he speaks, and the kingdom aligns, and so must you. You are no longer a beggar asking for scraps from the universe. You are a divine co-creator, acting with the authority of the infinite behind you. And the law is this: faith without action is dead. Your word is power, but without action it is incomplete. So let me ask you, are you acting like the person who already has what you've declared? If not, this is your moment to shift. The spiritual law of assumption, one of the most powerful laws I have ever witnessed, is the law of assumption. It says this: whatever you assume to be true becomes your reality. But assumption is not passive. Assumption must lead to behavior. You must walk as if it's true. You must speak as if it's true. You must move as if heaven has already said yes. The test of faith. Let me give you an example. A woman once came to me saying, I have declared wealth, I have shifted my thoughts, but I still feel stuck. And I asked her, have you begun living as though you are already supported? She paused. No, she said. I'm still afraid to give. I'm holding tightly to what little I have. And I said gently, then you have not truly believed, because when you know the supply is endless, you no longer grasp, you give. Your behavior will always reveal what your soul believes. So I told her, go out, do one thing today as the version of you who is already provided for. Just one step. And she did. That very week, a check arrived in the mail. Unexpected, unplanned. Her energy had shifted into obedient faith, and the universe mirrored her. Obedience brings overflow. Divine obedience does not mean striving. It does not mean efforting or forcing. It means aligning your choices, habits, and responses with the truth you have claimed. You say you are wealthy, then walk into the store without fear. You say you are abundant, then give to others freely, joyfully. You say your needs are met, then stop worrying over small things. You say your dream is on its way, then prepare for it. Build the structure before the blessing arrives. Make space before the miracle appears. Act as if the door is already open. Because guess what? It already is. Stop acting broke. I must speak plainly now. Stop saying you are wealthy, then turning around and acting broke. Stop praying for abundance, then hesitating to tip the waiter. Stop thanking God for supply, then complaining about prices. The universe listens not just to your words, but to your frequency. And frequency is shaped by action. Every action either honors your declaration or contradicts it. So today, take inventory. Ask yourself, where am I acting like I'm still in lack? And lovingly, consciously, begin to shift. Daily obedience practices. Here are ways you can begin to live out your declaration. Dress the part. Wear what makes you feel abundant, not necessarily expensive, just confident. Speak boldly. When someone asks how you're doing, say, I'm in overflow. Life is working for me. Say yes to expansion. Opportunities may come that stretch you. Don't retreat. Lean in. The new you lives here. Keep your posture. Shoulders back, head high. Walk like someone who knows who they are. You are not faking it. You are faithing it. The law responds to motion. Friends, the spiritual laws are not impressed by passivity. They respond to movement, to decisions made in faith. When you step toward what you've claimed, the universe rushes in to meet you. Declare you are wealthy, and then act like wealth is normal. Declare your business is blessed, then show up with excellence. Declare you are guided, then stop second-guessing every move. You don't have to feel ready. You just have to act in agreement with your vision. You are the vessel. You are not trying to attract money. You are trying to become the version of yourself who can hold it. That version is not afraid. That version is not hesitant. That version is not unworthy. That version knows. She moves in harmony with divine truth. He walks in rhythm with divine wealth. That version is already within you. And every time you obey the spiritual nudges, you step closer to that reality. Final affirmation for step 3. Repeat after me. I act as one already provided for. I walk as one already blessed. I speak as one who holds divine authority. I obey the whispers of spirit. I live the truth I have declared. It is already done. Beloveds, step 3 is not optional. It is the sacred bridge between desire and demonstration. When you declare, heaven hears you. When you believe, your soul aligns. But when you act in faith, the world shifts to match your command. So step boldly, live boldly, give boldly, move as if it's already yours. Because in truth, it is. 4. Gratitude that multiplies. Give thanks before it arrives. Beloved travelers on the path of truth, we have spoken the word, we have believed, we have acted in obedience. Now comes the golden key that unlocks the floodgates of divine provision. Gratitude before manifestation. Gratitude is not just an emotional response, it is a magnetic force, a divine current that calls all good toward you. When you give thanks before the blessing arrives, you signal to the universe, I trust, I believe, I receive. You do not wait to see it before giving thanks. No, you give thanks to see it. For what you appreciate, appreciates. What you praise, rises. What you bless, multiplies. As it is written, in everything give thanks, not just after the money shows up, not just when the contract is signed, not only when the bank account grows, but in the unseen, in the silence, in the invisible work of spirit. Let me share a truth with you today. Gratitude is spiritual certainty in action. The law of anticipatory praise. There is a law, rarely spoken, but eternally active. The law of anticipatory praise. When you praise what has not yet arrived, the universe cannot help but fulfill your vision. Why? Because you have chosen faith over fear, vision over evidence, divine trust over worldly doubt. I once knew a woman who praised every day as if her miracle had already happened. She would say, "Thank you, God, for my new home," long before she had the keys in hand. She blessed the idea of her home before there was a contract, a showing, even a phone call, and then within weeks, a home appeared that exceeded everything she had imagined. Why? Because she praised the unseen, and the unseen rushed to become seen. Gratitude shifts frequency. My dear ones, gratitude is not about pretending or performing. It is about alignment. When you are truly grateful, you enter the frequency of abundance. You tell the universe, I already have, I am already blessed, I am already wealthy. And guess what? The universe mirrors your vibration. Life says, oh, she already feels wealthy, let me give her more to feel wealthy about. You become like a divine magnet, drawing more of what you are already thankful for. If you want to command money to appear, give thanks as if the money has already arrived. Gratitude in the valley. Now listen closely. Gratitude is easy on the mountaintop, but it is most powerful in the valley. When you can bless the empty bank account, when you can say thank you in the silence, when you can sing praises when nothing seems to be happening, then you have entered the highest form of spiritual mastery. The one who gives thanks in the darkness is the one who calls forth light. A soul who can say, "Thank you, God, for my abundance," even when the bills are due. That soul holds the keys to wealth. Speak your thanks daily. You must not be silent with your praise. Speak your thanks out loud every day. Create a rhythm of praise. Build a habit of thanksgiving. Here are words you can speak. Thank you for divine supply flowing into my life now. Thank you that every bill is paid in full, easily and on time. Thank you for overflowing abundance in all areas of my life. Thank you for opportunities that match my divine work. Do not wait. Begin now. Praise is the voice of faith, and faith is the engine of manifestation. Gratitude for what you already have. Let me remind you, if you cannot give thanks for what you have, you will block the flow of more. Are you thanking the money you already possess? Are you blessing the job you already hold? Are you appreciating the resources already in your hand? You must treat your current blessings as sacred ground, because what you honor expands, what you bless multiplies, what you thank stays and grows. Even if all you have is a single dollar, hold it with reverence. Say thank you for this seed, it multiplies now. The universe will always give more to those who treasure the little. Gratitude is the language of God. You want to speak directly to source. Use the language of gratitude. Heaven responds instantly to thanksgiving. It is a signal, a prayer, a decree all in one. It carries the vibration of already done. And remember, divine law cannot resist a soul who already feels the outcome. When you wake up with praise in your mouth, when you walk with thanksgiving in your step, when you fall asleep in a state of peace and appreciation, then you are walking the path of the masters, and wealth must follow. A daily gratitude ritual. Try this for 7 days. Every morning, write down 10 things you're grateful for, both seen and unseen. Speak them out loud with emotion. Add this phrase at the end of each one, and it is multiplying now. Close your eyes and feel the truth of it. Smile, let it settle in your heart. Watch how your energy changes. Watch how doors begin to open. Watch how quickly money begins to appear. You are not just saying thank you for what is. You are calling forth what will be. The one who thanks before receiving is the one who receives quickly. Let me leave you with this affirmation. Say it now. I give thanks before I see it. I bless what I have and what is coming. I praise the seen and the unseen. I trust in divine timing. I am a magnet for miracles. Overflow is already mine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Speak it, feel it, live it, and watch as money, provision, and favor begin to flow to you from unexpected directions. It is done. It is done. 5. Is due into what you seek. The law of divine return. Beloved, we have declared, we have believed, we have acted, we have praised. Now we arrive at a principle so powerful, so ancient, that even kings and prophets bowed before it. Give, and it shall be given unto you. This is the law of divine return. A law as sure as gravity, a law that turns small seeds into abundant harvests. Many seek to receive, but few understand how to sow. But I tell you, you cannot withdraw from a bank account into which you have never deposited. Likewise, you cannot draw riches from the invisible storehouse if you have not first released something into it. This is not loss. This is circulation. This is divine investment. And whatever you release in faith returns multiplied, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. The seed that unlocks the future. What is a seed? It is something you give away that carries the power to become more. Money is a seed. Time is a seed. Love is a seed. Faith is a seed. When you plant your seed, not in fear, but in confidence, you align yourself with divine abundance. No farmer sows a seed and wonders if something will grow. The farmer knows the harvest is guaranteed by the law. So too must you give, with confidence, not in desperation, knowing that your giving is never lost, but transformed into greater supply. Give where you are fed. Give into the soil that feeds your soul. If a teaching uplifts you, sow into it. If a person inspires you, bless them. If a place brings you peace, invest in it. You don't give to get, you give to grow, and the growth attracts overflow. Many people hold back their giving, thinking they must wait to become rich before they give, but the divine paradox is this. You do not wait to become rich before giving, you give to become rich. Circulation is prosperity. Money is not meant to be hoarded, it is meant to move, to circulate, to bless, to serve. When you give, you keep the current flowing. You are saying to the universe, I trust the supply is endless. I know more is on the way. I am not in lack, I am in overflow. And heaven responds to your faith. The closed fist cannot receive, but the open hand receives, and gives again, and so lives in the rhythm of divine prosperity. Give with joy, not fear. Never give out of guilt or obligation. That is not sowing, that is struggle. Instead, give from joy. Give from inspiration. Give because you know that as you pour out, more is pouring in. Your heart posture matters. The energy you give with determines the energy of your return. Remember, spirit measures not only the amount, but the attitude. $1 given in faith is more powerful than 1,000 hoarded in fear. A testimony of return. Let me share this with you. A young man once gave his last $10 to a cause that lit his spirit. He didn't know where his next meal would come from, but he gave joyfully, saying, "This is not the end, this is the beginning of my overflow." Within days, a long-lost opportunity reappeared. A friend repaid a debt, and not long after, he was offered a job that changed his financial life. Why? Because he broke the spirit of lack with the act of giving. He sowed into what he sought, and the law fulfilled its practical ways to sow. You may ask, how do I start? Here are simple ways to live this law. Yes, to where you are spiritually fed. Bless a stranger in secret. Give time to someone in need. Share wisdom freely. Encourage someone with your words. All these are seeds, and every seed sown in faith brings harvest. Speak prosperity over your seed. Never sow without speaking life over it. Declare this. This seed is my covenant with abundance. It returns to me multiplied. From expected and unexpected sources, I give freely, and I receive richly. My supply is endless. My harvest is guaranteed. Feel the power of that. Own it. This is not begging. This is co-creating with the divine. Yes. Final affirmations of Step 5. Let these truths settle in your heart. I am a joyful giver and a wealthy receiver. I trust divine circulation. Every seed I plant returns to me in overflowing measure. I live in the rhythm of abundance. I give into my future, and it gives back to me. You see, beloved, sowing is not a loss. It is a leap of faith, a sacred transaction between you and the infinite. Your act of giving is your declaration. I am ready. And when you are ready, the universe opens. When you give, you align. When you align, you receive. Step 5 closes the circle of wealth. From word to belief, to action, to gratitude, to divine exchange. Practice it, live it, speak, and money must obey. It is done, it is multiplied, and it is yours now. Amen. And 6. The power of words. Speak it into existence. Beloved friends, we have come far in this journey, declaring, believing, acting, praising, sowing. Now we stand at the threshold of an even greater truth, the power of your spoken word. Words are not mere sounds. They are creative forces. They are the building blocks of your reality. What you say shapes what you see. What you affirm births what you become. Your words are seeds. Every word you speak is a seed planted into the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Some seeds bloom into beautiful flowers. Others grow into weeds. Which will you plant today? Will you speak fear, doubt, I can't, it's too hard, I don't have enough? Or will you speak power, faith, I am wealthy, opportunities flow to me, I am open to receive? Remember, your words create your world. This is no metaphor. It is a law of the spirit, the spiritual creative act. When God said, "Let there be light," The world was formed from his spoken command. Just as the divine spoke, so too can you speak your own world into existence. But there is a catch. You must align your words with your vision. If your heart says, I am wealthy, but your mouth says, I'm struggling, the universe receives mixed messages and confusion arises. Speak in present tense. Speak your vision as if it's already true. Not I will be, but I. This is the difference between hoping and knowing. When you say, I am wealthy, you are not lying to yourself. You are commanding a higher reality to manifest. The law of assumption teaches us, what you assume to be true becomes your reality. Guard your tongue. The tongue is a powerful sword. It can build or destroy. It can open doors or slam them shut. Be vigilant. Catch every negative or limiting word before it leaves your lips. Replace it instantly with a positive statement. For example, change. I don't have enough money. Money flows to me in increasing quantities every day. Words of affirmation. Daily affirmations are your spiritual armor. Recite them with conviction. Let them saturate your mind and heart. Here are some you can begin with. All my needs are met with ease. Abundance flows to me freely and effortlessly. I am worthy of unlimited wealth. My words create miracles. The miracle of consistency. Speak your affirmations daily, morning and even when circumstances contradict your words, remain faithful. Why? Because the spiritual world honors consistency. A single statement spoken once may be lost in the wind, but a declaration spoken daily will carve a path through the mountains of doubt. Silence your inner critic. Your inner critic is the greatest thief of your dreams. When it whispers, you can't, you're not enough, silence it with powerful words of faith. Replace every doubt with a command. Be still and know I am abundant. Let every limiting thought be replaced by truth. My words are seeds of divine power. If you find yourself complaining, stop immediately and transform the complaint into a positive declaration. For example, instead of, I hate being in debt, say, I am grateful for the money coming to clear all debts now. Allow them to be filled with faith, hope, and expectancy. When you pray with your mouth and heart aligned, the heavens respond with swift abundance. Final affirmation for step 6. Say this now with full conviction. My words are the keys to my kingdom. I speak life, not death. I declare abundance, not lack. I command blessings, not curses. I am a master of my speech, and my words bring miracles. Speak peace. Speak joy. Speak truth, and the universe will answer you with abundance beyond measure. 7. Let go and let God. Trust the divine timing. Beloved friends, seekers of truth and abundance, we have walked together on a sacred path. We declared our desire, believed with unwavering faith, acted with bold obedience, gave thanks before receiving, sowed our seeds in divine soil, and spoke words charged with creative power. Now we arrive at a step that many overlook, yet it is one of the most beautiful and essential stages on this journey of manifestation. Let go and let God. But know, my dear ones, surrender is the greatest act of strength and spiritual wisdom. It is the willingness to release your limited human grasp and to entrust your desires and plans into the hands of the infinite. When you surrender, you do not lose your power. You align with a power far greater than your own. Think of it as releasing a bird from your hand. Holding it too tightly crushes its wings, but opening your hand allows the bird to soar freely into the sky. Why holding on blocks the flow? The human mind craves control. It wants to plan, to schedule, to know exactly how and when everything will unfold. But beloved, the divine is not bound by your calendar or your imagination. When you clutch your desires too tightly, you create resistance. This resistance acts like a dam in a river, blocking the free flow of blessings into your life. So often the very thing you want most stays out of reach because you refuse to release your grip. Surrender is the key that unlocks the floodgates of grace. Trust the unseen work. Just as the farmer plants the seed and does not dig it up every day to check on it, so too must you trust the unseen work that is happening beneath the surface. You cannot see the roots growing. You cannot measure the rain falling, but you trust that the seed is doing its work. Your dreams and desires are like seeds beneath the soil of spirit. You do not see their growth, but you know it is happening. Divine timing is perfect timing. Dear ones, understand this truth deeply. Divine timing is always perfect timing. It may not match your schedule, your hopes, or your impatience, but it is orchestrated with precision by the infinite. Sometimes the delay you experience is a blessing in disguise, a preparation, a refining, a protective hand shielding you from something not yet ready to be yours. Signs that your miracle is near. When divine timing is at work, you will begin to notice subtle signs and synchronicities. Perhaps a door you thought closed suddenly creaks open. Maybe a conversation with a stranger brings a new idea, or a forgotten opportunity reemerges when you least expect it. These are whispers from the universe, encouraging you to keep the faith and to hold steady in your trust. Release anxiety and fear. Anxiety and fear are the thieves of peace and prosperity. They keep you chained to doubt and block the natural flow of abundance. When you choose to surrender, you say no to worry and yes to faith. Replace every fearful thought with a declaration of trust. I release all anxiety and fear. I trust that all things are working out for my highest good. I trust that all unfolds in perfect order. Each night, close your eyes and whisper, I surrender my concerns. I rest in peace, knowing that all is well. The river analogy. Flow with life. Imagine the river flowing through a forest. It does not fight the rocks or the bends. It does not force its way but flows gracefully around obstacles. Be like the river. When life challenges you, flow around the obstacles. Do not resist. Resistance only creates tension. Flow creates freedom. Patience, the unsung hero. Patience is not mere waiting. It is active faith. It is the calm assurance that what you have declared and believed is coming to fruition. Patience builds strength and deepens trust. When you are patient, you honor the sacred timing of the universe. The universe is your ally. Do not forget, the universe conspires in your favor. When you release control, you invite divine help. The space created by surrender becomes a magnet for miracles. You make room for blessings that surpass your understanding. Affirmations to embrace divine timing. Repeat these declarations often. I let go and let go. I trust the perfect timing of my blessings. I am patient, peaceful, and open. I release control and receive divine guidance. All is working out for my highest good. You lighten your heart and open your hands to receive. You allow the mystery of divine provision to unfold. This freedom is a blessing in itself. Let go but keep your vision alive. Surrender does not mean giving up on your dreams. It means holding them lightly with faith and hope. Keep your vision clear in your heart, but trust the process. Allow the universe to surprise you with answers and blessings beyond your imagination. Stories of surrender and miracle. I recall a man who prayed for a breakthrough for years. He did everything right, declared, believed, but the door remained closed. Finally, he surrendered. He let go of his tight grip on outcomes. Within weeks, a greater opportunity appeared, one he never even dreamed possible. His story teaches us, surrender opens the way for miracle. Closing words for Step 7. Dear friends, this step is the sacred rest of the soul. Let go of your need to control. Trust that the universe is working for you. Surrender your timeline, your worries, your fears, and watch how your life begins to flow with effortless grace. Final affirmation. Say this aloud. I release all resistance. I trust divine timing. I surrender with faith. I open my heart to miracles. All is well, and all is coming to me now. Beloved, Step 7 is your gateway to peace, power, and provision. Let go. Let God. Your miracles await. 8. See it, feel it, believe it. The law of imagination. Beloved souls, courageous hearts, we have journeyed together through the sacred laws that command the invisible to become visible. We have spoken the word, believed with unwavering faith, acted in divine obedience, given thanks before manifestation, sown seeds with joy, harnessed the power of our words, and surrendered to divine timing. Now we come to the sacred throne of creation itself. The law of imagination. Imagination, the workshop of the soul. Imagination is not mere fantasy or idle daydreaming. No, it is the workshop of the soul, the divine canvas upon which the blueprint of your life is painted. The creative force of the universe responds to the pictures you hold in your mind. The secret to all manifestation is this: see it clearly in your mind's eye, feel it deeply in your heart, and believe it powerfully in your soul. Imagination creates reality, Before any mountain is moved, any miracle unfolds, or any fortune appears, it first lives in the realm of imagination. Great leaders, inventors, and visionaries did not stumble into success. They envisioned it first. They saw the prize. They felt the joy of victory. They breathed in the atmosphere of their fulfilled dreams, and the universe conspired to bring it forth. The power of mental pictures. You must form mental pictures of what you desire. See yourself with overflowing abundance, not in scarcity. See the doors of opportunity wide open, not closed. See yourself confident, secure, and joyful. Hold that picture until it becomes as real as the sun in the sky. Seal it as real, but vision alone is not enough. You must feel your desire as if it has already come. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the peace, and the excitement. Let these emotions fill you to overflow. This is the energy that draws your desire toward you. Seal of faith anchored in feeling. Belief is anchored in feeling. If you say, "I believe I am wealthy," but your heart trembles in doubt, your words will float away like leaves on the wind. But when belief is married to feeling, when your soul knows joy and certainty, then your words become commands. Your imagination becomes a law unto itself. Beware of negative imagination. The mind is a garden, and what you plant grows. Beware of pictures of lack, fear, or failure. These images are seeds of limitation. Do not entertain doubts or worries. Instead, uproot them with your powerful vision of abundance. Imagination versus reality. Sometimes reality may seem bleak, but remember, imagination is the mother of reality. Do not accept the current state as final. Hold your mental image firm. Refuse to be shaken by temporary circumstances. Daily visualization practice. Each day, set aside moments to visualize your success. Close your eyes and see the life you desire as if it is happening now. Feel the sights, sounds, smells, and sensations of your fulfilled dream. Make it vivid. Make it emotional. Make it real. The secret to lasting change. Imagination creates lasting change because it rewires your subconscious mind. Your subconscious cannot distinguish between real and vividly imagined experience. Feed your subconscious with positive, abundant images, and it will guide your actions accordingly. Affirmations to enhance your imagination. Seek these aloud with feeling. Be full. In She, I see my abundance clearly in my mind. I feel the joy of my fulfilled desires. I believe my blessings are already mine. My imagination creates my reality. Trust the process of creation. Know that every great accomplishment began as a seed of imagination. Your faith in this invisible creative power is your greatest asset. Be patient and persistent. Closing words for step 8. Beloved, cultivate your imagination as the sacred garden it is. Water it daily with faith and feeling. Guard it against weeds of doubt, and watch how your life blossoms in perfect harmony with your vision. Final affirmation for step 8. I see it, I feel it, I believe it. My imagination shapes my world. I create with divine power. All good things come to me now. 9. Keep a blessed mind, the law of inner peace and positivity. Beloved friends and seekers of divine abundance, as we journey deeper into the sacred laws that govern prosperity and manifestation, we arrive at a place where the soul must be nurtured and protected. You have spoken the word, believed with faith, acted courageously, given thanks with joy, sown seeds of generosity, harnessed the power of your speech, surrendered to divine timing, and wielded your imagination to paint the vision of your abundant life. Now, I invite you to dwell in the sanctuary of your mind, to cultivate the fertile garden of your thoughts, and to keep a blessed mind. For this law of inner peace and positivity is the foundation upon which all true and lasting wealth is built. The mind, the garden of your life. Your mind, dear ones, is the soil from which all your experiences grow. It is the seedbed of every circumstance you face, every joy you celebrate, and every trial you overcome. Imagine your mind as a garden. What seeds do you plant there? If you sow seeds of fear, doubt, worry, and anger, you will harvest a crop of struggle, lack, and despair. But if you plant seeds of faith, peace, gratitude, and joy, your harvest will be rich and abundant beyond measure. The invisible architects of reality. Your thoughts are the invisible architects, shaping your future. Though unseen, their power is undeniable. Every thought sends out a vibration, a magnetic force that attracts like vibrations back to you. When your mind is filled with positive, uplifting thoughts, you become a beacon attracting prosperity, happiness, and health. Beware the trap of negative thinking. Many fall into the subtle trap of negative thinking disguised as realism or being practical. But remember, dear friends, realism that confines your vision only binds you to limitation and lack. You are not called to accept the current circumstances as final. Your mind is meant to be a wellspring of hope and possibility. Guard your mind like a sacred temple. To keep a blessed mind, you must be vigilant. When a negative thought arises, whether fear, doubt, or discouragement, do not entertain it. Say firmly, "I will not think that thought," and replace it with a positive affirmation. This is spiritual warfare, the battle for your mind. The power of positive affirmations. Positive affirmations are your tools for cultivating a blessed mind. Speak these daily, with conviction and feeling. My mind is a sacred temple filled with peace and love. I choose thoughts that uplift and empower me. I am free from fear, worry, and doubt. Every thought I think is aligned with divine good. The law of inner peace. Inner peace is the soil from which all abundance grows. When your mind is calm and peaceful, you are in alignment with the divine flow. Peace is not the absence of challenges, but the presence of a steady heart that trusts beyond the seen. Daily practices to cultivate peace. To nurture your blessed mind, cultivate habits of daily peace. Begin each day with moments of quiet meditation or prayer. Center your thoughts on gratitude for all you have. Breathe deeply and release tension from your body and mind. Reflect on the good in your life, no matter how small it may seem. These practices strengthen your spiritual roots and prepare you for harvest. The power of forgiveness. Heavy burdens of resentment and unforgiveness weigh down your mind and spirit. Forgiveness is the key that frees you. When you forgive, you release chains that bind your thoughts to pain and limitation. Forgiveness opens the door to healing and abundant living. Bless others to bless yourself. A generous heart is a magnet for blessing. Speak words of kindness and blessings over others. Send love to those around you. The law of reciprocity in the spiritual realm assures that as you bless, you are blessed in return. A blessed mind nurtures your entire being. By keeping your mind peaceful and positive, you invite vitality, clarity, and strength, overcoming negative influences. In our world, we are constantly bombarded by negative news, pessimistic voices, and limiting beliefs. Protect your mind by choosing carefully what you allow to enter. Limit exposure to negativity. Surround yourself with uplifting books, inspiring people, and positive environments. The role of faith in mental peace. Faith is the anchor of your blessed mind. It is the light that dispels darkness. Faith strengthens your thoughts, fortifies your soul, and calms your fears. Hold fast to faith even when circumstances tempt you to doubt. Joy, the fuel of a blessed mind. Joy is the sweet fragrance of a mind filled with blessing. Find joy in the present moment. Celebrate small victories. Let your heart sing even in the waiting. Joy attracts more joy, prosperity more prosperity. Practical steps to cultivate a blessed mind. Start your day with gratitude. Write or speak 3 things you are thankful for every morning. Create affirmation rituals. Recite affirmations aloud with feeling at least twice a day. Practice mindful breathing. When stress arises, take deep breaths to calm your nervous system. Visualize peace. Imagine a calm, golden light filling your mind and heart. Release negative thoughts. When negativity arises, mentally replace it with a positive phrase. Stories of triumph through a blessed mind. Consider the story of a woman who faced financial ruin, but chose to keep her mind focused on blessings and possibilities. Though debts loomed and doors seemed closed, she persisted in affirmations and gratitude. Soon, a new opportunity appeared, a gift unexpected, and her life turned around. Her mind's blessing paved the way for her abundant harvest. Closing thoughts for step 9. Dear ones, your mind is your sanctuary. Fill it with thoughts that bless, uplift, and empower. Guard it diligently, nurture it daily, and protect it from the weeds of negativity. As you keep a blessed mind, watch how your outer world transforms in perfect harmony. Final affirmation for step 9. Speak these words now with deep conviction. I keep a blessed mind. I think only thoughts of peace and prosperity. My mind is calm, focused, and joyful. I am aligned with divine abundance now. 10. ACT. As if. Embody the wealth you desire. Beloved friends, radiant souls on the path to prosperity. We have journeyed together through powerful laws, the declaration of faith, the unshakable belief, the action inspired by spirit, the gratitude that opens doors, the generosity that multiplies, the power of words, the surrender to divine timing, the vivid imagination, and the blessed mind rooted in peace and positivity. Now, we arrive at a crowning truth, a final key that unlocks the treasure chest of abundance. Act as if, embody the wealth you desire. The law of embodiment. This law tells us that the spirit of abundance is not just in thought or word, it must live and breathe through your actions, your demeanor, your presence. To embody wealth is to step fully into the identity of one who already has. It is to walk, speak, and think as if your prosperity has already arrived. The power of acting as if. When you act as if you are already wealthy, you send a powerful signal to your subconscious mind and to the universe. Your behavior aligns your energy with the vibration of abundance. You begin to attract circumstances, people, and opportunities that match your new frequency. By acting as if matters, the mind can be stubborn, trapped in old beliefs and patterns. Acting as if allows you to bypass limiting mental barriers. It rewires your inner programming, allowing the new identity of abundance to take root and flourish. This embodying wealth in daily life. How do you embody wealth? Carry yourself with confidence and dignity. Make choices that reflect abundance, not scarcity. Spend wisely, invest in yourself, and give generously. Speak with assurance and gratitude. It is a sacred partnership between your imagination and your behavior. Visualize your abundant life, then take inspired action consistent with that vision. This is the dance of manifestation, the meeting of thought and deed. Overcoming fear and doubt through action. Fear often tells us to wait, to hold back, to be cautious. But when you act as if, you defy fear. You step boldly onto the stage of your life, regardless of uncertainty. Action breeds courage, and courage breeds more action. Small steps lead to big miracles. You don't have to leap into grand gestures immediately. Small acts aligned with abundance, like speaking positively about money, dressing neatly, organizing your space, or reaching out for opportunities, build momentum. Each step forward signals your readiness to receive. Guard against imposter syndrome. Many feel unworthy of wealth or fear they are faking it. Know this truth: embodying your desired life is not deceit, it is faith made visible. You are stepping into your divine right. Allow yourself this grace, the power of consistency. Consistent action, done with faith and joy, compounds over time. It establishes new habits and rewires the subconscious mind. Persistence is the secret to turning acting as if into living as if, aligning with your highest good. Act as if, not only for material wealth, but for your highest spiritual good. Let every action reflect love, integrity, and service. True abundance flows through a heart aligned with divine purpose. Affirmations for embodying wealth. Repeat these with conviction. I am a wealthy, prosperous person now. I live and act in alignment with abundance. I attract wealth effortlessly through my inspired actions. I embody success, joy, and generosity. Final encouragement. Beloved, you are a divine child of infinite abundance. You have all the power within to create the life you desire. By acting as if, you unlock the door and walk boldly through it. Your future is waiting. Step into it now with confidence and faith. Closing affirmation for step 10. Say this aloud. I act as if my dreams are already real. I embody abundance in all I do. I am ready and worthy to receive all good things. Prosperity flows through me now and always. Together, we have uncovered the keys to unlocking divine wealth. Now, go forth and live these truths boldly, for the world awaits your light and your blessing. Closing summital and final motivational message. Beloved seekers of divine abundance, we have walked together through a sacred journey, unveiling the timeless laws that govern prosperity, the spiritual principles that call money and blessings to your door. You have learned to declare your truth with unwavering faith. You have sown seeds of generosity and gratitude. You have spoken powerful words that shape your world. You have trusted divine timing beyond all doubt. You have wielded the mighty law of imagination and kept a blessed mind filled with peace. And now, you stand ready to embody the wealth you desire. acting as if your dreams have already come to pass. Remember this eternal truth: abundance is your birthright. The universe is infinitely generous and always conspiring in your favor. When you align your thoughts, words, feelings, and actions with this truth, you become a magnet for miracles. You invite the divine flow of prosperity to saturate every area of your life: your finances, your health, your relationships, and your spirit. Final words to carry in your heart: do not let doubt or fear dim your light. Do not listen to the voices that tell you scarcity is your fate. You are a powerful creator, divinely equipped to manifest miracles. Step boldly into your power. Speak your desires with faith and confidence. Give generously and receive gratefully. Let go with trust, imagine with joy, and act with inspired courage. Your journey to unlimited wealth and spiritual fulfillment begins now, and every step you take lights the way for others. Rise, beloved soul. Your abundance awaits. Walk into it with grace, knowing that the divine is with you, always. Affirm this truth now: I am worthy, I am ready, I am open to receive all the riches of life. Divine abundance flows to me freely, now and forevermore.